Toastmaster, fellow SEC Rough Riders, and most welcome guests. Maybe I should deviate from my original plan and debate what John has to say. I'm not sure I'm ready to do that, but maybe I'll do that next time. Today, I'd like to talk to you about demystifying fashion. Some of you, maybe not all of you, in the room, might think that fashion is for the elite, or you have to have a certain kind of je ne sais quoi to understand it, or it's for people that have just a certain affinity for it. But I'm here to tell you that fashion is for everyone. And I remember Jack Brown, in a former speech that I made here, telling me a story about when he was getting ready to go out with his wife, and he was getting dressed. He came down the stairs, and his wife said to him, "You're wearing that? What are you doing wearing that?" And he was so confused because he didn't understand that. He felt insecure, and he didn't understand why she was being critical about what he was wearing. He just didn't get it. So I'm here today to hopefully give you some information that'll make you feel more comfortable, more confident, and really just make it easier for you to look great all the time. And I speak very happily about this topic because I believe that that's why I'm put on this earth, to help people do this. And that's why I founded a company that creates edited, exclusive clothing to simplify dressing. It's all about making it easier to look and feel great. So I have 3 tips for you today that I'd like to talk about to make it easier. The first tip is layering. I love layering. Why do I love layering? Because I can wear my summer clothes in the winter. So I don't need as much clothing. And I can have a smaller closet, and it's easier to get dressed in the morning, and it's just less complicated overall. So what do I mean by layering? It's really quite simple. As a woman, I tend to buy tops that are sleeveless, so I can wear them in the summer. And then in the winter, I have a lightweight cardigan, which is just a very classic piece of button sweater, and I put it on top. And then I often put a jacket or a blazer on top of that. So it's just a very simple example of layering. So I get to wear this piece of clothing all year round. And for men too can layer. Here's a terrific example of what's called a Henley sweater, which indicates that it's a half closure at the top. This one happens to have a zip. And this sweater looks so good over a shirt and tie, underneath a jacket, for warmth and to jazz it up. And also for men, which will kind of lead me into my second point, this might be a very novel concept in this room, I'm not sure. Some of the men, feel free to yell out if you have any comments. The idea of wearing a nice t-shirt instead of a collared shirt for certain occasions, not all occasions, but it can go under a...
Dangerous.
What's that?
So dangerous.
So dangerous.
Information is so dangerous.
That's funny. But under the right sport jacket, a nice t-shirt could look really sharp. And by nice, I mean, it's nice fabric. This is fine mercerized cotton. It could be like a sweater t-shirt, something that has elegance to it. I'm not talking about, your old ripped up drinking buddy shirt. I'm talking about a sophisticated, beautiful t-shirt. So that's about layering. The second tip is to wear, for today's more casual lifestyles, and there's a lot of people walking around looking kind of slobby, but casual doesn't mean slobby necessarily. So for today's active lifestyles that are more casual, which is where fashion's going, is to wear one collar rather than two. So, for example, and that's really where the t-shirt comes in. So for example, if you're a man with a great looking sport jacket, you can think about wearing a crew neck sweater or a crew neck t-shirt underneath the jacket, so you only have one collar. You'll still look sophisticated, but you'll look a little bit more casual for certain conditions. Something to think about. And for women, the same thing holds true. Here's a beautiful blouse. It's a silk blouse, it's got a collar on it. If I put a blazer, a jacket on top of this, I look pretty formal. And if I'm going to a law firm, maybe that's good. But most of the time, in most circumstances, I'd say 80% of the time, I can put this same cardigan sweater that I showed you a minute ago on top of it with beautiful accessories, and I have a little bit more softer, more casual look. I have one collar, not two. And the final tip is just to use a pop of color on neutrals. You see that I'm wearing red. I wear it with black a lot, and it's really easy. So if I can figure out what my pop colors are, one for warm weather, one for cold weather, it's much easier. I put my neutrals, I have my pops, smaller closet, easier to get dressed, and hopefully easier to look and feel great all the time. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Janet. Take a moment to provide comments and feedback for Janet and pass them back to our ballot count.